Hi, everyone. Thanks for checking in again with the Elm Sports Network. I'm Andrew Chirico, and I'm joined by the head coach for the men's lacrosse program, Jeff Shirk. Coach, you guys are 7-6 so far in the season, 3-3 in Centennial Conference play. How do you think the team's playing so far?
I think we're playing really well in some aspects, and we're having learning moments in others. And I think what we're really trying to address right now is we tend to start fast, and we show up and we play the first half, and at halftime we're in really close games, and then we're struggling a little bit in the second half. So that's been the biggest thing that we've continued to address with the team. And to be honest, I think it's a learning curve. With a young group of guys, and they're trying to figure out, that they can battle through some adversity, when things aren't going exactly as planned, and getting down by a couple goals doesn't mean it's over. And so again, it's trying to help these guys mature and gain confidence and play an entire game like we've been playing the first half of games.
All right, awesome. And, with the 3-3 Centennial Conference record, you guys are sitting 5th place currently in the standings. What's the vibe going on with the team? Do you guys feel some pressure for the remainder of the season, or are you guys just kind of going out and playing a little more relaxed?
We're definitely not relaxed. To be very honest with you, there's a lot of things that happen in the Centennial because it's so competitive. So you never know who's going to upset who, or who's going to, how games are going to play out. So usually that number that you have to get to qualify for the conference tournament is 5. So you get that 5th win, and at least in the 6 years I've been here, that's the number that you've got to get to be in that top 4. So with that being said, that makes the last 2 games for us playoff games, and that's how we're approaching it. And the guys understand that, but I think more importantly as well, we're looking at some different things internally as opposed to just who our opponents are, because there's some things that we need to build on and we need to fix that have been struggles for us, and I think that's why we're 3-3 in conference as opposed to not better in conference. So again, I think if we look internally, continue to work and take care of ourselves, that'll put us in a position to hopefully do what we need to do to make a run at it.
Coach, let's focus on these next 2 games. You guys have an 11-day layoff between the last game and then your games will be Wednesday, home against Swarthmore, and then Saturday will be the conference finale, home against number 6 ranked Gettysburg. First question we can focus on, with the 11-day layoff, how are you guys approaching it?
Yeah, I mean, the 11-day layoff for us is huge. One, we're a little banged up, like a lot of teams are this time of year, and it's actually worked out really well to where we can actually take a bunch of time to concentrate on ourselves and what we need to work on, get ourselves healthy. Yesterday at practice, the focus was all about competition. So the guys beat each other up. The guys got after it. Everything we did was about competing. And that's something we haven't been able to do since the preseason, because we've essentially had midweek games all throughout, and it makes it tough in trying to get the guys' legs back, when you got, Saturday, Wednesday games throughout. Well, now we got a little break, so yeah, we want to get healthy, but we absolutely want to use it to help ourselves get better at some of the things we've struggled at, and so far we're off to a pretty good start. I'm pretty excited about it.
Now, you did mention 5 wins is pretty much that key. 2 games left in the Centennial Conference. Again, Swarthmore on Wednesday and then home against Gettysburg. How would you preview those both opponents?
Just like any other Centennial Conference team, it's anyone can win on that day, and Swarthmore last year was one of the most exciting games I've ever been a part of, to where we scored with 8 seconds left to go down by 1, won the face-off, and scored with a second left to tie it and won it in overtime. So it's we can't look ahead to Gettysburg. We're not looking ahead to Gettysburg because we've got to concentrate on Swarthmore. But it's just really interesting with the Centennial. Just the caliber of competition, and you've got to be ready to go. So again, that's why we're concentrating on ourselves, and the guys understand that we've got to win the last 2 if we want to have a chance. But I'm trying to take some of that focus off of them, and focus more on what do we need to do to put ourselves in a position to be successful, as opposed to looking at the big picture. And that's the approach. But there's no hiding the fact that 2 very big games against 2 very good opponents and we need to be ready to go.
And those 2 games will be right here at Roy Kirby Junior Stadium. Coach, we really appreciate you coming out on this Wednesday morning, and we wish you the best of luck for the remainder of the season.
Thanks, Andrew.